In this tutorial we're going to see image hose. We're going to have two parts. The first part, in this first video, we're going to see how image hose works with Painter. The second part, we're going to develop our own image hose. We have in Painter the tool, in German called Schlauch, and we have two different main categories. The first one is the linear, and the second one is the spray. We have a library which we're going to get through Window, Medienbibliothek Bedienfelder, Strahl, where we have a group of different images that we can use with this tool. Personally, I don't like any of them, but if you're working with image hose, you're probably going to develop your own image to be working with this. Let's understand what this is. I'm going to get the first image hose variant, and I'm picking up, for example, the palm tree. And in this case, we are repeating a few different palm trees. We can spray things around, we can make lines, and I like to see this tool for something that we can use, for example, to do a sky full of stars, or to do a lot of fishes in the ocean, or maybe to be doing a lot of little rocks on a surface, or I did already some grass on the ground. So everything that you can imagine having a certain type of repetition that you can use and change this tool by maybe changing its illustration a tiny little bit through its angle or through its size. It's something that we can be using with image hose. If you would do like a lot of bees flying around something, probably you would just need to illustrate 2 or 3 bees, and then you're going to use the image hose to spread all those bees in a certain area, and you would not really need to be illustrating each bee on the illustration. So let's check the few variants we have here. We have, for example, the linear. We can see that the size of the brush in all of the variants that Painter gives us is going to be changed through pressure. Pressure in German, it's Druck, and that's why we have a D. We have, for example, Z for random and K for angle. And you're going to see that sometimes the direction of the brush is going to make a difference as well. So if we pick up the first variant, and I still have palm tree on, you're going to see that here on the preview of my brush, I have the angle that appears from my brush on the screen, and I'm just going to click so that you can see the depth, and you can see the angle of each tree appearing. So this is a control that I have up here. If I would do a circle, you can see that the circle is appearing with the angle showing down, or I could just try to follow the center of the circle. So these are things we can do with the first variant from Painter. But depending on what you're illustrating, maybe it's more interesting to work a certain extra brush for this tool. I did a little illustration to show you guys an extra variant, like for example one called Lorbeerblätter, and instead of using the linear tool, you can see I grabbed an extra layer on the top of all of the others. Instead of using the linear tool, which would be a little bit hard to fill up the whole area in a nicer way, I'm grabbing another one, for example the spray with the size appearing through pressure. So I can increase the size of my brush by pressing Option Command, and I'm spraying things around here a little bit. And I still have the impression that this is quite linear, so I'm just checking the mechanics of this brush. I'm going to brush mechanics, and we can see that Strich verstreuen, although we have it on spray, it's on 0. So this is not really what I wanted. I would like to have a real spray brush. So I'm increasing this number, and now I have a spray brush going on here. I don't know if I changed this brush before, but it was not really working the way I wanted. Okay, so this is the first step into image hose in Painter, and we're going to create our new and own image for this, and we're going to do a few changes so that it looks quite nice, and develop our own brush as well so that it really follows what we would like to have as a result from the image we used. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye bye.